or this exercise will be improvisation from chord symbol. For the first, the upper one will be on is on the key D major. So the dominant of key D major is A7, which is C sharp, G, and A. So you have practiced these two chords. And right hand is improvised based on the rhythm. Based on the rhythm it gives. So the right hand, this is a block chord. While right hand will be written by this 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 will be like this. So you have to think when it's indicated as D, the right hand should be mainly on D major, D. So you should not play like the long note on like 2 or 4 or 5, which is the dominant 7 chord. So for example, the first one is D major. You can play like in the mainly on chord D major, for example. This is okay. But if you play like it's dissonant, it's not work. So you should play mainly in D major chord, or can be like this, anything, but mainly on D major chord on right hand. Next one is here A7 on C sharp will be note. The note is mainly 2, 4, 5. It should be like okay. It's okay. But let's try first 2 bar. Next one is also, if there is no indication, it means use the same chord as the previous chord. So it's the same. It's C sharp. It's A7 on C sharp. It will be and D7 and D major. This is the first line, and the second line from bar 5 you can reuse the motif from the first bar. Or you can play like upper, for example, like more elaborate by not only play in 5-finger pattern. I can play like scales or anything like more wider register, but I demonstrate the easiest one. For the second one, the below one is in E flat. This is pretty tricky because it's use 5. Is use broken chord in left hand will be like this. You have to practice 1, 2, 3. And the rest of it is D, A flat, B flat, and go back to E flat. The rule is the same if it indicates atonic. So mainly use 1, 3, 5 for the left hand, like E flat, G, and B flat. But if it indicates as dominant 7, so mainly use 2, 4, 5. Like, or like is fine. So let's try a little bit. For the second one, the left hand is is more difficult, so you might play slowly, very slowly too, and think while playing. Like for example, the first bar. And the tonic again. 7. This is not pretty good, but when I play like, so it's mainly on 4, 5. Here is a 7, so that's why it is not is blend together, like, or can be like this. It will be more smooth. It can be anything or much more easier. The point I select improvisation is I like you to try. I like to try improvise and get some idea from the playing and stimulate your imagination and sense and skill of improvise on the key. So this one will be an homework. You have to select one of these and play it, which I have a separate homework sheet for you. So that's all for improvisation on page 157.